Welcome to Sports After Dark After Hours with your host, Ashley Baker, Mark Gunnels, Young Heavy, and C. Lou. Hey yo, DJ, spin that shit.
Feel on the field. Yo, look. Six guy, he a visionary. I'm the definition like the dictionary, baby. Turn around, forget the missionary. If they pull up on me with some bad intentions, you go read about it in obituary. I got more soldiers in the military. I got more stones in the cemetery. I got more strings than y'all in February. It's getting hard to put a price on the show. Can't even pick them out now. If a nigga really try to jam me, get jammed first like the countdown. I thank God for that flight straight from the 9 side going southbound. They say that life's about balance, baby, and the balance is in my account now. Okay, she got a perk and a perk. I got a twerking and turk. She probably let both of us hit. The way that she smirking in dirt. She getting cake on the picture she take. I say, girl, if it worked, it work. Fuck a wedding dress. I'm trying to murk it and hey, you ain't fine, baby, spur. Hey, you ain't driving around the world. Hey, you ain't brown like a squirrel. Hey, you ain't Chanel pearls. Hey, you ain't Rolls Royce cars. Hey, you ain't Rolls Royce truck. Oh, you want wall it all my hoes. Oh, you want to line it all up. Hey, I'm gonna play it how it is. Hey, I've been playing for some years. Hey, you trying to steal all the spill. Hey, I'm in the field on the pill.
Hey. Welcome to Sports After Dark, After Hours, people. Yes, sir. What? No, that was a turn up. What's up, DG? You know what I'm saying? On the ones and twos, per usual. Part of your job is not to rep like a particular team.
What?
Yeah. So next time you on, I'm not gonna lie, you gotta wear a white shirt.
Come on. Lou got his stuff up.
Because we already have one Chiefs fan. You need to be neutral.
He ain't even got nothing in the background.
You got a Chiefs. We already got a Chiefs fan, bro.
DG said he represented for the both of them. He said he represented.
Right.
He said
we reached the quota.
Reaching the quota is crazy.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Sports After Dark After Hours. I'm your host, Ashley Baker. I got my guy, C. Lou, Young, Heavy, Mark Gunnels, and DJ DG on the ones and twos. Appreciate you, my guy. I would just like to say that I requested that song, and nobody on here knew the song.
That's not true.
Me and Hev.
That's not true.
Y'all always trying to like, clown me for not knowing the new songs. That is a new song, and I am hip.
Why are you lying?
I am hip.
Because I didn't know. I know
that song.
I do know that.
All do the song.
You don't even know the name.
You just said Mark and Lou was on Drake and Thugger.
It's called You Gonna.
Oh, you went. No, it's not. It's called Oh You Went, Shooter.
oh yeah, that. Whatever. Listen, we appreciate you as usual, DG, for being on the ones and twos. What's up, y'all? We back. We week 4 in, baby. Let's go. I'm excited. How y'all feeling? How was y'all past week? This week of sports has been insane. Gunnels, Lou, Hev,
crazy.
Talk to me, man.
Crazy.
What's up? How y'all feeling?
Well, good.
We got first of all give congrats to my man Mark. My man Mark got his Twitter back. They was trying to lock my man up.
Ooh, that's
can't hold a real person down like that.
They freed our man Gunnels. Welcome back, baby.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that was a stressful 36 hours.
How do you feel? How do you feel being out of the slammer?
I think I appreciate Twitter a lot more now.
Yeah,
they were actually really quick with the email responses. I was just surprised. Shout out to Elon Musk. Man, he ain't that bad.
He ain't that bad.
He said he ain't that bad.
He ain't that bad. It's crazy.
Mark said he's an alright guy.
He ain't that bad, man.
I will say this. I was putting money on Mark's books while he was out. Make sure you go on YouTube and check out his, Chiefs first week of, training camp practice recap or training camp recap. Make sure y'all go, once y'all finished here, just back out, go to the shorts, check out all our stuff, man, because we've been putting in some work. We've been dropping some dope content, and we appreciate y'all for being here for episode 4, fellas. We are on episode 4 already. God dog. And I will say this, it has been very interesting I will say this. This is God's plan, because I feel like right on point. Why does each of our camps have drama this year? Like we knew that, like no shade to Lou and Mark, but Cowboys and the 49ers, they're gonna make their way into the headlines, right? But we didn't expect any kind of like.
What do you mean? The Chiefs are always in the headlines too. Don't do that.
No. I just mean in the sense of like
Don't do
an
that.
issue,
No,
like an issue.
not for
Like
drama though.
y'all have
Not
an
drama.
issue. Like y'all have.
Y'all aren't in headlines for drama usually.
Correct.
You didn't say that. You didn't say that at first.
I did.
Y'all never had an issue.
Yeah, like an issue. That's what I mean. Like y'all.
Well, we did with the Tyreek Hill situation.
Oh yeah, that was last year.
But that wasn't in camp though. That was before, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. But it was still a headline story.
But it's just crazy because I really didn't expect. I didn't expect the Colts to enter the fold here, Lou. This is crazy, y'all. I mean, and the head of it all, like for real, y'all are dominating headlines right now, man. So
and it's not even for the good reasons, like
it's not for winning. It hasn't been for winning. Since
Anthony Richardson, like
it hasn't been for winning since Andrew Luck. Y'all haven't been in the news winning rise since Andrew Luck anyway.
Relax, because we was winning with Phillip Rivers.
Okay.
Yeah, Noodle Arm Rivers, Uncle Phil. We won with him.
Whatever. So listen,
now we're Uncle Phil.
We definitely got to start there, y'all. We have to talk Colts, Jonathan Taylor, lies, manipulation, drugs, sex, murder. Maybe it's all of that other stuff. Maybe it's not those last three things that I just mentioned.
It's none of those last three things.
Nonetheless, there's a lot going on. With the shoe, man, there's a lot going on with the shoe. So I'm not gonna lie to you, Lou. I gotta start there, my brother. I gotta start with you.
We good.
This you and your crew, and I'm gonna start off with this because I definitely want to. I'm gonna have you read what your boy Jim Irsay said, and we're gonna talk about if his comments was out of line. Go ahead, Lou. Do your thing, man.
Yeah. All right. So Colts owner Jim Irsay. If I die tonight and Jonathan Taylor is out of the league, no one's going to miss us. The league goes on. We know that the National Football League rolls on. It doesn't matter who comes and who goes, and it's a privilege to be a part of it.
Yeah. So talk to me, Lou. Were those comments out of line, man?
So yes and no, right? Like. He's not wrong in some of the things that he's saying, but at the same time, it's like read the room. Certain comments don't need to be said out loud. And at the same time, he's wrong in the aspect of nobody's going to miss, Jonathan Taylor if he's out of the league. If he's out of the league, players are always remembered. Some owners, they're remembered, but I mean, they're not really remembered like players are because players are what the product is. That's what's out on the field. But Jonathan Taylor's going to be remembered. He's going to be missed. I mean, to this day, Andrew Luck's been out of the league for 5+ years, and all the Colts fans miss him. He gets brought up every offseason and everything. So to say that if he's out of the league tomorrow, nobody's going to miss him is a lie. But like I said, I mean, yes and no. He's out of line, and part of it, he's not really out of line. I just think it shouldn't have been said out loud. I mean, the whole it's a privilege to play in the league. It is a privilege to play in the NFL. Everybody knows that you get paid to play a kid's game, but like I said, it's something that doesn't need to be said out loud. He didn't need to say it. There was no purpose behind saying that. So that's why, like, even before that day, like when that day started, I had tweeted, "Please do not let Jim Irsay get behind the mic," because I knew he was going to say something ridiculous, especially at this time in training camp, especially with all of the Jonathan Taylor stuff going on. I just knew he was going to say something that he didn't need to say. And lo and behold, that's what he did.
Yeah, man. I didn't know that he was this vocal guy like that. You know what I'm saying? That's
always.
Like, don't put him on the mic. I didn't know that he was like this.
He's just going to speak his mind. He's going to say what he want to say.
Yeah. Talk to me, Head. You feel like that? Talk to me. You and Mark, y'all can jump in. Was he out of line? Talk to me. Let's make this a discussion.
Yeah, I mean he's always been like this, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
he's a wild boy, man. But what's crazy is what he said. I don't think it was really untrue, but like what Lou said, why say that? Like
exactly.
Like it just doesn't. There's no win there for the team right now. Like where's the win? That's how I look at things. Before I tweet stuff out or say anything, I'm like, what am I gaining from saying this? Like, yeah, you're not wrong, but why? Like that's yeah. Stop giving him a mic, man. Stop giving him a mic.
Talk to me, Hev.
Yeah, I agree with Mark and Lou. Like I didn't. It was the wrong time. You know what I mean? You got to read the room. Like I don't know what you was getting out of that. Especially when you know these running backs are trying to get these contracts. Like that's the big situation right now. And for you to come out and say that is like, come on, bro. You could have kept that behind closed doors. It was no point of you coming out saying all of that. And then the whole false narrative that Jonathan Taylor had a bad back and all that. Jonathan Taylor like, oh, they just putting all this slander on my name, dog. Like I ain't hurt. Like where y'all get all this from? Like it's a lot going on, man. Jim Irsay, he out of pocket. He out of pocket like loose change, man. You gotta get that together.
And
Yeah,
see the whole back
go ahead.
thing. I don't know, like there's something going on with JT. I don't know if it's the back or if it's still his ankle, but there's something going on where the doctors haven't cleared him to practice. I mean, that's why he's on the PUP list because he hasn't passed his physical. He hasn't been cleared. So there's something going on. I don't think it's the ankle. It's probably something else that's going on because nobody for the Colts is an organization that you don't really hear nothing about. You don't hear people release information about. We went a whole 2 months. Nobody knew we was picking AR. Nobody knew we was hiring Shane Steichen. Everybody was saying, "Oh, Jeff Saturday is the favorite," and then boom, we hire Shane Steichen. So I mean, they're a tight-lipped organization. So and nobody's saying who actually put that information out as far as his back. But it's something going on with JT. I just don't know if it's his back or his ankle. I don't know which one it is. I doubt it's his ankle, but it's something going on with him that hasn't been disclosed.
I'll say this.
Hey,
I just think, like y'all said, Mark, I know you've done that with me sometimes. A couple tweets I'll put out, and you be like, "Where do you win in this?" Ashley, like, just why you don't tweet this? Same thing with Jim Irsay, man. Like, and also people know that any chance y'all have of winning that comes with Jonathan Taylor being on the field. So don't make it seem like that y'all are just. I don't want to use the word competitive because they're grown men. They'll be competitive in some capacity, right? But let's not act like that he isn't some crucial part of those comments and nobody's going to miss us. Like you said, Lou, like he's not some scrub, bro. He's a crucial part of your team, dog.
But even if he's stuck,
they absolutely will
he'll
miss
still
them.
be
Like,
remembered.
what are we talking about here? Like, and again, people are looking for you to, y'all have a new quarterback. Y'all have, listen, as much as we don't think it is, let's be very clear. Everybody in that division has a chance at the division for the most part. Like, that's just is what it is. People are looking for you to kind of be a little bit more positive and redirect the way you're talking and redirect your comments to winning. And what you are looking to do to make this team win. And that means, in essence, because again, it's Jonathan Taylor, you do whatever the hell you got to make sure that Jonathan Taylor is on that field week 1, not making comments that would point to the opposite of that. So yeah, he's out of line. He shouldn't have said it. In that situation, no, it's not true in any capacity because they definitely will miss Jonathan Taylor. He's a big part of the offense. You just don't say anything like that. Tell me, with all the rumors, with Jim Irsay saying what he's saying, with folks saying that your boy got a back injury, he said he don't. I mean, how do y'all think that Jonathan Taylor is handling all of this? Like, and also the way he's handling I'm hearing a lot of people call for the NFLPA to kind of step in because it's almost like the Colts organization is trying to, in a sense, sabotage him by putting out these false claims, these false reports, so nobody won't call about trade options or anything like that. So how do y'all feel about that? Anybody can take a shot at this first.
First and foremost, D out of pocket for saying free JT like it's the City Girls. But go ahead, Lou. She's out of pocket.
Gosh, I didn't even know D was there. What up, D? Shout out to Sports and Coffee. My Lord Jesus, help her.
So when it comes to like the Colts organization, I don't really think they're trying to sabotage him. What I really think is that this is a situation where I think all three sides are at fault. Jim Irsay's initial tweet about the running backs and stuff when it came out, it's a tweet he didn't really need to put out, and it's one of those things where it's like read the room. Jim's gonna say what he wants to say, so I mean nobody's gonna really stop him from saying what he wants to say, but it's one of those things where you got to read the room. You know we're in a situation where we have a running back that needs to get paid or that wants to get paid, right? And so But like
That's Simba,
he,
right?
I don't know who that is.
I think
It
that's
might
Simba.
be. But
I think
we
that's
have a
Simba.
running
That
back
might be
that
him.
it might be Simba. But we have a running back that wants to get paid. So there was no need to make those comments. And at the same time, so this is the timeline, right? So back in April, Jonathan Taylor said that he wanted to be part of the team. He wanted to stay with the Colts. And he was just going to he said he had an obligation to the team. He signed a 4-year contract. He has an obligation to the team to play out that contract. And he was just going to let things work in the background and let them, let the chips fall as they fall. A few weeks later, he went and switched agents. And that's when he got the new agent that he has now. Then just in June, he was saying that he wanted to retire as a Colt. Like he wanted to be with the Colts organization. He wanted to retire as a Colt. Then July is where everything hit the fan. We saw Jim Irsay tweet that tweet. We saw the agent come out and say something. And it's one of those things where like this just played out all on Twitter. It caught everybody by surprise and just played out all on the timeline. Because once Irsay made that tweet, that's when Jonathan Taylor's agent came out and said something. And then the trade request happened on Tuesday of last week, right before we even went to camp. That's when the trade request came out. And then the news didn't break until Saturday after they had that meeting, which to me is his agent leaked that information out. He leaked that out to Ian Rappaport and all those other, news breaking people for the NFL. And the agent leaked that information out because, like I said, the request was on Tuesday, and it wasn't met with a no or a yes. It was just met with, okay, we'll see what's going on. And then once that report came out on Saturday, that's when Jim Irsay said, no, we're not trading JT. We're not trading him now. We're not trading him in October. So it's one of those things where I think all three sides are at fault. And all three sides, let's be big boys here and let this play out behind closed doors. We don't need to bring this out to the forefront. Let this happen behind closed doors. But I also know that the Colts have said they want to see JT and Michael Pittman in this new offense with this new regime before they hand out any kind of extensions. They said that multiple times. So for like all of this to play out the way it's playing out, to me is kind of like it's just crazy. So like I said, all three sides are at fault. And at this point, shut the hell up and just get this done behind closed doors. If you're going to extend them, extend them. If you're not, and wait till the season play out how it plays out, then do it that way. But JT is under contract, so technically he does have to play this season, or he gets fined pretty much. So I don't know what's going to happen, but we'll see.
Talk to me, Gunnels. How you feel like JT handling the situation?
I think he's handling it pretty well. I think it's funny how all of a sudden today a report comes out that now don't be shocked if the Chiefs are trade for JT. Like the Chiefs are always thrown into rumors. I think we're just used for leverage. It's crazy. That's definitely not going to happen. But at the end of the day, he's going to be there week 1. We know how these things work out. We saw what happened. I know it's different, but Saquon Barkley, the situation got handled. I think the situation will get handled as well, where both sides come to an agreement on what is best for both of them. And then if not, then like I always say, they'll just rinse and repeat. The Colts will just draft somebody else. They already got like 6 running backs already, right, CeeLou? So you guys have
we
like
got a stable of running backs already.
Yeah, and they're all young too, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, they're mostly young. But besides like Zach Moss, who just broke his arm.
Yeah, and he's gonna be back before week 1, right?
He'll be back probably week 2, week 3. I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's 4 to 6 weeks, so yeah.
He'll be close.
He'll be back by the season start, pretty much.
So being as though that this has kind of been like a public spectacle here, talk to me, how do you feel like everything will ultimately end? You think that the Colts will go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, trade them away? Has it been too much damage done, or you feel like everything will get handled behind the scenes, kind of like what Lou was saying?
I feel like some damage has definitely been done, especially when it comes to the part where they going out there up that false information about his back and all of that. So I'm sure Jonathan Taylor feels type of way about that. But he got a trade. They need
you kind of lagging a bit.
Definitely.
You might got to drop out real quick. And
can y'all hear me?
You might got to drop out and come back. You might got to drop out and come back in.
You hear me?
Yeah, but we can't really see you. Drop back out and come back in. Yeah. So talk to me. Let me get my example on it real quick, and then I'll have him come back in. So I think kind of like what you said. I do think that at the end of the day, they'll probably like, figure everything out or whatever on the back end of things. But again, y'all only got to learn how to keep his mouth shut. I agree
Oh,
with the
that's a fact.
comments. Yeah, like
Yeah,
Lucy.
Ashley, you can relate to that.
Think hello. I'm like the number one. I was, and I wasn't going to do that. But I was going to say, I don't know whose comments was annoying the most. Those comments or the comments Jerry Jones made about, oh, but we still got to pay Micah when it came to Zach Martin. Like, shut up, bro. Like, you're going to pay both. I don't even know why you said it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to retain both guys. So what's the point of even, like, running your mouth? And I think it is a little bit to, put a little bit of spotlight on the franchises. You know what I'm saying? Get the folks talking, create a little buzz around. You know what I mean? Get some printing going in the papers. That's what that's about. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, yeah, learn how to, you got to zip it. You got to zip your mouth because trust me,
Can I just say this?
Yeah.
The only time you see my owner is when he's holding a Super Bowl trophy or at the parade.
we need one of those. Damn, I need DG to.
The only time you see my owner is when he has a trophy in his hand.
Give me one of those. What up, Ham? Back?
Oh, you back?
I think Ham back.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Am I back?
I don't know.
Oh,
I think
am
you
I back? Am I good?
Yeah, you kind of good.
You don't know, or that's or no, I don't.
Yeah, I think you got a little.
I don't know what's going on with Joe Biden. I don't know.
Nah, first that's the problem. I'll tell you what it is.
That's why you on Joe Biden's internet.
Somebody mentioned Elon, and now we got technical issues. Mark,
that's crazy.
Mark's fault.
Wow, it's my fault.
Yeah, for sure. We ain't mentioned Elon at all the last 2 weeks, and we ain't had no issues. Now all of a sudden we mentioned Elon, and now we got problems, bro. Like, tell me what the lie is. Okay,
wow.
So, like, how do you feel like the situation going to end in Indy?
I just feel like Jonathan Taylor is going to play. They're not going to trade him. They can't. He's a focal point of their offense. I would want to see him with Anthony Richardson. You can't draft a quarterback like that, knowing you have a running back like that with that type of talent, not want to see how talented they are. You just don't. That's stupid. You got to see what you're working with. And then you brought in a new head coach that fits the type of system you want to run. You just don't do that. I think he'll be there, but I do feel like Jonathan Taylor definitely feels some type of way on how the organization is trying to throw some dirt on his name to lower his value where nobody wants to trade for him. So that's my opinion on that.
Yeah, man.
We good.
I don't know. Even if the Colts
check your text real quick, Have. Go ahead.
Even if the Colts didn't do like, first of all, I don't know who's leaking the back information, right? Like I don't know who's saying that stuff like that. But let's say it is the Colts. Even if the Colts didn't do that, in my opinion, I don't see a team really wanting to trade for a running back. I understand Jonathan Taylor is a dynamic talent, but the thing is like he does have faults in his game. Like you have to take him off the field on third downs. He's not a good pass blocker, and he's an adequate pass catcher out the backfield. So outside of his bruising running style, like that's what you get. I love JT and I want him to continue to play for the Colts, but at the same time, like we know what the running back market is right now, and it's not really that hot. So you're not going to get top tier, return for Jonathan Taylor. And then on top of that, like he has an expiring contract. Who's going to want to pay him the money that he's asking? Because he's asking to reset the market. He's asking to be paid like a CMC Alvin Kamara, and he's not that type of running back like they are. He's not a CMC where you can line him up anywhere on the field. So he's not going to get that type of money. And I do want to say one thing. The Colts have been saying that Jim Irsay needs to hand over the keys to his daughter and let her run the organization at this point.
We've been saying that. To see a woman.
Yeah, like we've been saying that he needs, because the organization has gone through the Irsay family. Yeah. But we've been saying that he needs to hand the keys over to his daughters and let his daughters run the organization. She's been working the organization for the longest. Like she's had say on the new head coaching hire. She had say on, who we getting at quarterback. Like she's had input on all of that. Yeah. So it's time to hand the keys over. But one thing Colts organization won't tolerate is, the coke comments, the alcohol comments, because Jim Irsay has he's killed those demons off. He went to rehab. He hasn't done any of that shit or that stuff. When I said no, not you. There's people.
No, but it's crazy that I said that, and that's kind of like
I know. Yeah, I know you're joking, but it's people in the comments saying it. Like that's the thing where like he's he's got rid of those demons, and since then he's been clean. I mean, I know he says stuff off the wall, but he's been clean. He's not tweet. Go back and look at some of his old tweets. He ain't tweeting like that.
Yeah,
because he was saying some crazy stuff when he was out there.
Irsay used to be
like
he
he
time
clean,
on the Twitter.
Yeah, he was wild, dog. He
used to
cleaned
wild
that
out.
up. So like that's why like Colts fans get a little upset when it comes to talking about that, especially like if you have anybody that had to deal with addiction or anything like that. Like they get upset about it.
Well, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know that y'all really was in droves like y'all are Colts fans. I didn't know. It's only I know you and Megan. That's all I know. Only Colts.
Oh yeah, we've been coming out the woodwork.
Y'all
lately.
been coming out the woodwork. I ain't gonna lie. Listen, y'all been coming out the woodwork. So yeah, well, I'm interested in seeing we'll all see. Hopefully, we're talking a different narrative on next week's show. With the whole Colts. Hopefully, that's all.
I think everything will get reconciled.
And
I think it'll all get
everything will be
reconciled.
rectified by then. Or maybe
JT just want to be
rectified by the time you give us a Colts training camp update. And we've been giving it to y'all in the form of shorts on our, on here on the channel. But we definitely are going to talk about give a little bit of talk about our individual training camps as of today. Listen, y'all know Roscoe, our edits guy. He's our mastermind. He does a whole lot of our behind the scenes stuff. And I put a 49er.
Shout out to Roscoe.
Shout out to Roscoe. I put a 49ers guy in charge of the rundown when we do our rundowns. And it's just not it's not surprising.
He been representing.
No. So it's just not a surprise that the man, the next topic is training camps. And guess where we're starting? The stars at night are big and bright. Deep in the heart of Oxnard. We're definitely starting with Cowboys camp, baby.
The heart of Oxnard.
That's right.
The heart of Oxnard is crazy.
Yeah, the heart of Oxnard. Listen, that's our spot. So
that's crazy.
We're gonna have a little conversation about the Cowboys camp. We're gonna evaluate Dak Prescott and the good things that we've seen. Let me tell y'all something. Shout out to the media team, to the reporters, the freelancers for the Dallas Cowboys, because I think personally that the Cowboys camp coverage has probably been the best of all the teams. I'm not seeing coverage being dropped like they. Who else, Mark? Who getting all the coverage?
The Chiefs has been really good too.
Chiefs has been good. The Commanders been good.
About like 30, 40 different people constantly coughing up content Cowboys wise. And obviously I probably follow more Cowboys folks than y'all.
I mean, but obviously your timeline looks different than mine. So
for sure.
Yeah.
So shout out to the guys in Oxnard, man. They are doing an amazing job. I feel like I'm out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have some eyes out there, maybe though. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Big Gunnels might be going out there for me. Listen, we're gonna talk about the elephant in the room, which is Dakota Prescott. I wish we had a ding, dun, 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 from the space.
All of the narratives surrounding him already.
We're gonna talk about all the narratives surrounding that.
Narratives.
One of the narratives is obviously he made the comments about bringing his interception down. Now everybody wants to count his interceptions in training camp. Very, very, very weird behavior to me, but I digress. Also want to talk about the fact that he is literally being given the entire offense to run. So I kind of just want y'all thoughts on that. How, from what y'all have seen, how do y'all think Dak Prescott looks in training camp? Because I think, and I'll start. I think that I've been waiting for, and those that know me, probably Mark knows me the longest, on this show. And I think Mark can attest that I have been so adamant about opening up the playbook, letting Dak do him. And, I don't feel like Kellen Moore really did that to the extent that he could, right? So seeing him kind of being given the reins, I mean, that's what you expect from a $40 million a year quarterback. Let him go out there and see what he can do. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to start. He should have been this. He going into season 8. That's crazy that we're just inching him in right now. It's cool. Prime time, baby. It is what it is. It's prime years for that. But I think he looks good relatively. His connection with Brandon Cooks has been amazing. The chemistry there has been super dope. He's he's a great receiver. I think obviously his chemistry with CeeDee Lamb is amazing. I like what I'm seeing I'm seeing a little bit from, I saw a lot of it yesterday. I didn't see much today, but I saw a lot of it from Michael Gallup. He looks like that he's returning to form. The offensive line looks really, really good, and Zach Martin is not even in the lineup yet. So with the expectations, I expect the offensive line to probably be like top 3 this year. I'm not even gonna lie. That they look really good with Tyler Smith, and again, Zach Martin is gonna be there, and you got Tyron Smith, of course. Like those are going to be some good folks to give my guy Dak the protection he needs. Now, as far as the interceptions are concerned, let me put this camera in on me right quick. Okay. As far as the interceptions are concerned, damn it, everybody that want to count his interceptions, everybody that got something to say, but they only talking because he opened his mouth and said, hey, I just want to be better. The man just said he want to be better. He doesn't want to throw for 10 interceptions this year. I don't know. Did he stamp it? Did he guarantee it? I don't think Chuck guaranteed it. He just said that he ain't gonna throw for 10 interceptions this year. He's holding himself to a standard. He damn if he do, damn if he don't. And I think that I have seen him make some really great reads. What I've learned about the West Coast offense is that it is an offense that is very simplified, that he'll be able to, get through his reads. He can read with the defense. They're gonna take what the defense give them. And I think that from what I've seen in practice, he's done that relatively well. I saw I think Buddy on like 3 picks or whatever. I seen a pick get tipped off. I seen him severely overthrow a ball. I've seen him severely underthrow a ball. So that's the stuff that he got to work on. That's the purpose of training camp. So I'm not worried there. But overall, I like what I'm seeing from Dak Prescott. I like his energy. I like how he is making others around him better. He is literally doing what y'all have been asking the man to start doing since he's getting paid $40 million a year. He's finally stepping into that. So I don't really want to hear nobody else's mouth about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, let my man do him. Tell me what y'all think about what y'all been seeing from Dak so far. Let's start there.
I'll take this one real quick.
Sure.
I don't know if Dak makes anybody around him better. If you put CeeDee Lamb at some other places, he would still be CeeDee Lamb. Brandon Cook has been solid wherever he was at, so I don't think he's making him better either. I just feel like Dak is still who he is. You take the good with the bad with Dak. He threw some amazing passes to Brandon Cooks, and it was great to see. Then he threw some underwhelming passes that made you feel like, you know what, Dak? Why would you throw that pass? I do feel, though, I agree with you that I think the narrative on Dak is definitely harsh. Dak is under a different microscope than other players are. Because Patrick Mahomes throw interceptions, Aaron Rodgers throw interceptions. But everybody ain't giving the same energy to them two how they do with Dak Prescott. All on the strip because Dak Prescott said, I don't want to throw 10 interceptions, more than 10 interceptions this year. So I can get that. But I mean, don't get me wrong, Dak is a good quarterback. I always say that Dak is a top 10 quarterback. You just got to take what come with him. I personally feel like if Dak uses his legs a little bit more, he'll be more dangerous. But I feel like the pressure of him being a 40 million quarterback, he want to show people that he a 40 million quarterback instead of just playing your game and just do what you do best. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do feel like to a certain, they should let him freelance and let him do what he do. You know what I mean? And that's my opinion.
Talk to me, Gunnels.
Yeah, so when we watch these training camp stuff, it's kind of hard because we're not actually there for the whole practice. So they only show certain clips. You don't get to see the whole entire practice. So I'm not going to overreact to some interceptions. Guys throw interceptions at training camp all the time. I'd rather you throw interceptions now in practice than the actual game. But I think overall, kind of what Heavy said, they have the talent around Dak to where he's going to be just fine. You got to bring in a Brandon Cooks, who I really like. I think he can elevate that offense. I think CeeDee Lamb has another level to reach. If you have Michael Gallup healthy with that offensive line, you're looking at a potential top 5, definitely top 10 offense again, as long as they get that running games together. I like Tony Pollard. Need to bring somebody else in, I think, just to kind of take some stress off of him. But I think overall, though, Dak will be fine. But, he's not a guy like kind of he's not going to elevate others, but he can get elevated from this situation around him.
That's crazy that y'all don't feel like my man is an elevator.
Hey, Gio, all I try to do is call a spade, brother. I just
Elevate,
try to call it like I can.
elevate.
That's all
I
I
don't
can do.
feel. I feel crazy that y'all
That's
don't
all
feel
I
like
do.
that. That's Dak, but that's cool. Talk to me, love.
But I mean, the elevated thing. That's why people say like he's just. I mean, him and Kirk Cousins are the same quarterback because you can. They're not going to elevate the level of player to players, but if you put talent around them, they will be successful. We've seen Dak be successful with the talent that he has. We've seen Kirk Cousins be successful with the talent that he has. I do think Dak is a good quarterback. I don't think he's terrible. But and the thing is too, like people are making big deal about practice interceptions. So what is practice? Like Mark said, I'd rather you throw them in practice than to get out there in the games and start throwing interceptions. Even like I said last week, I don't even care about the interceptions. When are you throwing the interceptions? Are you throwing them late in games? Are you throwing them early in games? Are they interceptions that are going to turn the tide of a game? And they may not be. So like the interceptions ain't the whole 10 interception thing ain't a big deal. But it's crazy that they show the interceptions in practice, but there's plenty video of him just throwing dots in practice the whole time, and nobody brings that up. And I mean, we already knew Brandon Cooks was going to be a good addition to them for them. And he was going to take the top off the defense. We saw that in some of the clips that's already been out there, and it allows CD to work underneath. It allows Michael Gallup to do what he does as well, and he's removed from that injury. So I don't have an issue with the interceptions in practice. It's just, it's your fan base, or not your fan base, but your divisional foes that's going to create those narratives around Dak, especially after he said, I'm not going to throw 10 interceptions this year or whatever. So it's not a big deal. I mean, it's training camp, dog. Like, we ain't even got to the real games yet. We practicing. Like, and that's where you get all the kinks out. That's where you get all the kinks out in practice.
And to add on to you, Lou, like he threw a dime today to Brandon Cooks in the back of the end zone. Like, and nobody said nothing about it. You know what I mean? The other day, that deep post, that was on the money. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I agree with Shooter, you know what I mean, even though I can't stand the Cowboys. But I do agree with her when it feel like Dak, they definitely do he's a target. They put a little bit more extra on Dak than they do other quarterbacks. They don't keep the same energy. So I can agree with that.
And it may not just be your division, but it's definitely Eagles fans that's making a big
Eagles fans, bro.
So I know it may not just be your division, but they making a big deal.
Y'all see this? Y'all see it though, right?
First and foremost, I seen the Eagles account. How you an Eagles content creator and all your
ain't
content?
got no Eagles content on
it's
there.
No Eagles. It's all the Cowboys.
Exactly.
You ain't talking about Jalen Hurts. You ain't talking about nobody hurt. I don't give a darn. You talking about the Cowboys.
Anytime I've seen somebody talking about Dak's interceptions in practice, it's been an Eagles account.
For sure.
It's been an
For
Eagles
sure.
So that's all I've been seeing. I don't see nobody else talking about it.
I'm glad y'all said that because now I'll remember to fight through the screen, because that be the troll, the Eagle troll. They're our division rivals. They're going to talk trash.
Yeah.
For the most part, it's not really too much. I mean, it is it's other people talking too, but it's heavy coming from the Eagles fans.
Heavy from the Eagles.
I do want to talk
that's
about
what I had to tell Falcons fans the other day, because they crying about Desmond Ritter stuff, and I'm like, your divisional foes are gonna be on here talking about it because how they feel about Desmond Ritter. They gonna slander you, especially when he throwing interceptions and he not on camera. Like they gonna say something.
For sure.
And I do agree with Heavy that Dak does need to run more. I want to see Dak running more. That's what made him successful at Mississippi State. And I understand the ankle injury, but that's what made him what he was at Mississippi State.
Bro.
He was
and that's what I said.
I think the injury kind of scared him.
Oh, go ahead, Mark.
Yeah.
I think
the injury. I agree, Mark. That broken ankle.
The injury scared him.
I think that's 50-50 with the injury, because I didn't see him running the way I wanted to see him running before the injury. He had stopped that like after his second season, like running the way we saw him run. So I don't even think it has anything to do with the injury. I mean, he tried to run a bit more. He did better with the running, but again, like y'all said, that just opens up a whole nother dimension of the offense when Dak can scramble and, you know what I'm saying, again, give those receivers an extra couple of seconds to run around, tire out those defenders, and then you find somebody. When he does do those plays, he's always on the money. He always it's just such good stuff. Another thing that I want to talk about real quick, because we come in the Chiefs camp next, Mark. Again, as we all know, everybody's in pass this week. One name, of course, that we'd be remiss without talking about is Micah Parsons, who has been an absolute dog in training camp. I mean, literally, just disgusting. I saw the man put my right tackle
Hey,
on his
shooter.
face.
Yeah, he put
Tyron
a Hall
Smith.
of Fame
Let me tell you
tackle
something. Let me
on
tell you something. I looked at the
that man.
video,
Hold
right?
on,
Tyron got
hold
a
on.
family, Micah.
Let me tell
Tyron
you
got
how
a
I looked at
family
the
out there,
video.
Micah.
I was looking at the video and I was like, nah, Tyron just slipped. I was trying to defend my guy Tyron. And as I looked at it over and over, that man got beat. And that wasn't the first time. He did that a couple of times that practice against literally what an 8-time like Pro Bowler or all team guy or
You can
all
call him a Hall
NFL
of
team
Famer
guy. Like
tackle shooter. He a Hall of
clearly
Yeah,
a
he's gonna
Famer
be a
Hall
Hall,
of
a Hall of Famer.
He's a Hall of
He's a
tackle,
Hall of
for
Famer.
sure.
Famer. Like that's nasty work. But Mark, we were talking about in our group chat this particular play that I want to talk about when it comes to Micah Parsons real quick, because Mark said in the group chat like Micah on one, he got to kind of chill. So I'm talking about I'm running it back. Listen, Micah's on 1,000, bro. He's that was Mark. You talked about it in our group chat how that was super scary. What was your first thoughts when you saw that outside of like?
My first thoughts was Micah is an unleashed animal right now, but he, to be fair, he did get pushed a little bit in the back, so his momentum was going that way. So that probably is why he ended up like near Dak's legs, or really ran him over. But luckily, I mean, Dak's okay. As a Cowboys fan, that has to scare you anytime you see anybody near Dak's legs, obviously for obvious reasons. But still, I think he could dial it back a little bit. He's been going really hard. We know how great he is. This guy could be a DPOI type of player this year. I think that's not far-fetched at all. So, yeah, we know how great you are. I get you want to set the tone at practice and stuff like that, but let's make sure QB1 is okay.
Yeah, for sure. Tell me what y'all think about Micah. I'm coming to you, Lou.
Yeah, nah. I mean, the way Mike is playing, I mean, we all knew that he was going to be playing on the edge a lot this year. But the way he's playing is that he's upset that he didn't get a vote for the DPOY last year, which is crazy. But he's playing. That's how he's playing. Like that's how he's practicing. That's how he's approaching every day. But the thing is that he's like a pit off the leash, man. But he did try to pull up at the end. Like he knew, hey, I can't hit Dak in his leg, so he tried to pull up at the end. But he does have to be careful with that. I understand the intensity of practice and you trying to go hard. But dog, we know what you're gonna do. We know what you got. Your coaches know what you got. They know you ain't taking plays off. So just ease up a little bit. Stop putting Hall of Famers on their ass and stop going at your quarterback's knees, man. Everything will be all right, dog. Take that out on the quarterbacks on game day, man.
For
But he's a bull, dog. He just saw red. It just went.
Listen, I would like to say the 49ers fan, I'm getting in the mic. I would like to say that the 49ers fan on his show got Micah Parsons winning DPOY over his boy Nick Bosa. So tell me, Hev, how do you feel about what you've seen from Micah? Because honestly, it hasn't been anything short of amazing. I could be such a TV personality sometimes. Y'all heard the way I ended that? Short of amazing.
Well, I will say this, shooter. First and foremost, he's winning DPOY because our player already won that. So you gotta pass it on. You know what I mean? Like they always say. I've been a fan of Micah since he was coming out of college. You know what I mean? Y'all drafted a generational talent. Yes, G, I am drinking, but mind your business. They ain't your business right now. But Micah's a generational talent. I always said that Micah Parsons was a DeMarcus Ware 2.0. So him rushing the passer the way he does, is just elite at it. You look at what is going on in practice. Whoever number 71 is, don't ever try to block him on Micah's side at all. Because Micah, he didn't even touch Micah. By the time he touched Micah, he was already at Dak already. Micah just on a mission, like Mark said. He definitely feels some type of way that he didn't even get a vote for Defensive Player of the Year. And Micah feel like he's disrespected. So Micah's on a mission. I feel like this is a year where we probably see Micah get 15 to 18 sacks because he's on a mission. Micah's that great.
Gio says, do y'all think Micah will be paid going to be paid as a defensive end or linebacker because of how Dallas drafted him?
Defensive end because he made all pro.
Yeah, I think
he made first team all pro as an edge rusher. He gonna get paid as that.
Yeah.
DeMarcus Ware 2.0.
Especially because they moved him there. They moved him down there full time. Like they took him away from being a linebacker, and now he's an edge rusher.
And to be honest,
that's what he's supposed to be this year. So I think he gets paid like one.
And to be honest with you, Lou, That's where he's elite at. You can say Micah
It
is
is.
good at linebacker and all that whoop-de whoop. You want to say how good he is, but that's where he's elite at. He made first team All
Yeah.
Pro as an edge rusher, rushing the quarterback. That's where you're
Yeah.
gonna make his
And
money.
yeah, he can
So you might as well
play
put him there.
linebacker. He can play linebacker, but like Young was saying, like he's elite rushing the passer. He's not elite as a linebacker. He's just good as a linebacker. He's elite
just good.
as rushing a passer. He's
Right,
elite
bro,
rushing the passer.
We're right.
And that's the most important thing
you
on
put him at
defense,
line-
getting after the quarterback.
For sure. And when you
Come
just
on,
letting
Mark.
him do that full time, when you letting him do full time rushing the
He
passer,
gonna get there.
Very, very nasty. I'm putting a bold prediction out there right now. Week 5 against the 49ers. Trent Williams is going down. I repeat, I'm at the mic. That's right, Shooter. You want to put a wager on it? You want to put a friendly bet on it, Shooter?
We can.
You want to put
We can. Because Trent Williams seen him twice and he did nothing.
But that ain't this Micah.
nothing.
This Micah, that Micah was crazy, but this Micah is psycho. Call him Psycho Micah. That's what we call
Welcome
him.
to Sports After
You
Dark
do know
Sports
Trent.
Book or Sports Book.
You do know that Trent Williams go against Nick Bosa every day, so he sees elite talent. He sees a generational player every day. You do know
That's
that,
cool.
right?
He ain't seen this one. He gonna see this one. This one right here. This
You want.
We can put a bet on it.
He
What
gonna
you want
pancake.
bet?
Listen, we at IHOP right now. We serving pancakes. We serving pancakes
Trent is going
with the
down,
crispy
baby.
edges.
Let me tell you something. We'll come up with a bet. We'll have it available at the end of the show. Gunnels and Lou, don't let us forget, because I definitely want to put a bet on it. And I've decided on this show, it's not going to be monetary bets, people. We're going to make this fun and interactive. I'm going to bet that this man got to go out and get Cambodian breast milk from an immigrant.
Wow, that's crazy.
Breast milk. You made
my day.
That's exactly what it's gonna be given here. All right, let's go to the Midwest. Dang, y'all. Do y'all see that at y'all games, Mark? Dang. Do y'all like Nelly? Is Nelly like a person for y'all in Kansas City?
No, that's St. Louis. That's St. Louis.
But it's like Midwest.
So it's Midwest, though, Mark.
But it's not. It's not the same. Nah.
So Mark, y'all wasn't rocking the Band-Aids under the eye with the Air Force Ones.
I feel like everybody around the country was, though.
No, they wasn't doing that in DC. That's crazy.
Nizzy, they wasn't rocking that in Philly at all.
But no, we don't. And Nelly's not ours though. He's St. Louis.
But he could be y'all's now because they don't have the Rams no more.
Nah, I don't work like that.
All right, whatever.
Mark said he's not claiming it. Mark said he's not claiming it.
Listen. I know, and I deliberately blew past the Trayvon and Dak. You know what I'm saying? Little interaction that they have. You know, practice. But we're not the only team that's getting spicy. Your boy Travis Kelce throwing bows like he ludicrous out that joint. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that was a bar. Boy, a shooter rolling off on us, y'all.
That was a bar.
Mark, I can't wait for the day Mark drop a bar. Oh my God, because Lou be already dropping the bar.
It's coming. It's coming.
Mark gonna be like,
it's coming.
Man, y'all see Patrick Mahomes out there? You know what I'm saying? He throwing that thing like
it's coming.
I don't know. Trina in a circle. I don't know, like her butt or something.
Mm-hmm. like strippers at the club.
It's gonna be dope.
He gonna say Mahomes throwing that thing like strippers at the club. He gonna say it.
Yeah, there it is, right there. It's gonna be something good. Talk to me, Gunners. Talk to me about your tight end throwing bows out there. Of course, all the fantastic things that we're seeing from Patrick Mahomes. I mean, what's the best thing that you've seen out of your training camp so far? And with the pads on. One of the first teams to have the pads on, actually.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll start with the Travis Kelce thing. First of all, it's like 100 degrees out there and it's super humid in the Midwest. If you haven't been there before, it gets really, really hot and annoying. So, I mean, when the play's over with and somebody's still hitting on you or smacking the ball, you know, you can get a little annoyed because you're already hot. Like, bro, the play's over. Like, chill out. Like, you're a 7th round pick. Like, what are you doing? But at the same time, he did tweet, and I agree. As a leader, wasn't good leadership. And he vowed to be better moving forward. And he hasn't punched anybody since that tweet. So I think we're fine there. Just a little frustrations. I don't think it's a big deal. But as far as like the best things I've seen at camp so far, I mean, how can I not go with Justin Ross? I mean, he's been kind of the big story. Obviously, if you don't know, he would have been a first round pick if it wasn't for his back injuries. People were scared about his medicals. So we got him as an undrafted free agent last year. Then he hurt his foot. So he was out all last year, but now he seems to be 100%. And the momentum is for him to make the 53-man roster as of right now. He's been very impressive. He's 6'4", big body receiver. You see Mahomes throwing back shoulder throws, jump balls to him. And that's one thing Mahomes hasn't had. If you look at Mahomes' career, people talk about how he had Tyreek and Kelsey. He's never had an actual jump ball receiver, though. He's had a lot of speed guys that are good with yak, but never a guy you can just throw it up to and catch a 50-50 ball. So if Justin Ross really becomes a thing and he looks good in the preseason, because there's going to be a lot of eyes on him for preseason games. The whole kingdom is excited for him. The hype is crazy. So, yeah, if Justin Ross becomes a thing, man, I feel bad for the rest of the league because it can get scary.
I'm with Mark. Justin Ross is a baller. You know what I mean? And you go to a situation with Patrick Mahomes. If Justin Ross could go into any situation, he went to the perfect situation and the perfect quarterback that could put him in a position to succeed at the highest level. You know what I mean? I agree with Mark. You might not know these receivers. If you watch college football, you know these receivers. But if you
saw what he did at Clemson when he played against Bama in the championship.
Yeah, for sure, Mark. So, like, if you don't know Justin Ross, you definitely gonna know him playing with the Kansas City Chiefs. If you don't know Sky Moore, you gonna know him. Rashee Rice, you gonna know all of them playing with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, Rashee Rice has been looking good too. He's been looking really good too.
Absolutely. Trust me, Mark. You know, I follow a few Chiefs fans, so y'all material come on the timeline. I get to see what's going on. Yeah, so it's like you don't sleep on what the Chiefs got cooking over there for sure, because they in the lab. They in the lab, man. No cat.
Ashley, you're on mute, I think.
Shooter, you on mute.
What up, Seattle?
She better late. No.
Yo, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Wow. Well, you live in Seattle, and your last name is Lou.
Relax, Commander Baker.
All right.
Anyway, it's gonna be a trio because I gotta go with Justin Ross as well. Man, like coming out of college, if it wasn't for the back injury, like for real, if it wasn't for the back injury, he would have been a first round talent. Unfortunately, I believe he went undrafted because of the back injury, and I think his rookie year, like he had something with his foot as well.
Yeah,
well, his last year at Clemson, it was a foot injury as well, and then that led into everything with the Chiefs. But I like what I'm saying from Justin Ross. My thing at this point now is how is the back going to hold up when in preseason, when they're getting hit, when you're really getting hit by other teams? How's the back going to hold up? Is everything good? Because the injury that he had, you don't come back from. So to see him out there doing what he's doing is just a revelation in itself. But hopefully, it continues to hold up because he's going to be a problem. He's going to be a force in this league. I thought he was before the back injury, and the way he's looking now, he looks good. So Justin Ross, I think, is the biggest thing out of Chiefs camp right now, for sure.
Yeah.
It's they all right. They all right. Let me ask y'all this. I'm going there. Daggone it, I'm going there. You know why I'm going there? Because we have all decided, if the show run over, it go run over. But we ain't got to go that over on this because we got to go to 49ers camp. Because that's definitely something to talk about. Don't do that, Lou, because y'all know something's coming. I know y'all are talking about if you don't know this player, you're going to know him because he's playing with Patrick Mahomes. Right now, would y'all say that he's better at that than Tom Brady was with his folks, making them, if you didn't know him, now you know him kind of player?
You just can't help yourself. Tom Brady's retired. No. You still want to bring him up in conversation. But let that man be retired in peace. Like, dang.
Y'all the ones that want to compare him to him the most. Who else y'all compare him to?
Let that man relax with his new woman, making Giselle all
right, so we don't want to talk about it.
Making her mad, man.
So the answer is Tom Brady.
To answer the question quick, no.
Okay.
I mean, it's an unfair question.
You wouldn't know
Mahomes is only 27 years old.
Like, but he has worked with he's worked with talent that we didn't know of until he,
but Brady still has like 15.
That's not true.
Yes, Mahomes plays better.
No, I'm sorry.
You knew talent. You knew the players once they got the Mahomes.
The way
you knew who MVS was.
Yes, we knew
got
MVS.
The way we knew
who Kadarius Toney was.
He played with
But I
Aaron
will say
Rodgers.
you
Like,
didn't
what?
know who Wes Welker really. You didn't know who Wes Welker really was until he got to the Patriots. You didn't know who Julian Edelman was until he was with the
That's true.
Patriots.
Well, he got drafted
You
by
didn't know
them,
who they
and
were.
Julian.
Same Mark.
I knew who Wes Welker was before he got to the Patriots. Julian Edelman, he made
I
a name
mean,
off of special teams.
Lou. So I will say this, Lou. If you was
No.
really into football, you knew Wes Welker played for the Dolphins. But if you
Yeah,
was
because
just
I mean,
a
he was
regular
still
casual,
balling.
you
He
didn't
was
know who Wes
balling with the
Welker
Dolphins.
All right.
was. He
Fine.
balling with the
He
Dolphins
said,
like he
yeah,
was
I
with
knew
the
who
Patriots?
KTU.
Was who balling with the Dolphins like he was with the Patriots?
Yes, we
Wes
knew who
Welker.
Kadarius was.
But I think Wes only had what one 1,000-yard season with the Patriots. I mean, he was cool, but like it wasn't like
I
he
don't
was
think
just.
he had 1,000-yard season at all with the Patriots. You
I
might want
mean,
to pull them numbers up, Lou.
Yeah, I'm about to pull it
I
up
don't think
right
he had
now.
an. Yeah, I don't think he had 1,000-yard season at all.
Nah, he
with
did.
The Dolphins,
He did.
like, at all.
Oh no, not with the Dolphins. No, I was talking about with the Patriots. But nah, he had more than one.
That's when people knew who he was when
Yeah.
he got to the Patriots. That's who everybody
But
knew.
his last
year,
with Miami, that's when he was like he cooked his last year in Miami. He didn't have 1,000 yards, but he cooked though. Like he was balling that last year.
why does
Yeah, so right now, no.
be a threshold for y'all when it comes to receivers? Why does
That's the
1,000
minimum.
yards?
I mean, it doesn't have to. That it doesn't really have to be a threshold, but it's like you
$1K
putting in
matters.
some work. Like
You putting in some work, you get
if you got
1,000
1K,
yards.
you put in some
If
work.
a wide receiver had 23 touchdowns on the year and didn't crack 1,000 yards, because
I mean that's different now. But
Okay.
that would mean you're a
different.
red zone. You're
That's
a red
different.
zone merchant. At
for
that
sure.
point.
That's what I'm saying, Lou.
Right,
I know.
Lou.
So
Yeah,
I'm
just
saying,
get
like,
used to the
going
red
crazy
would
zone.
y'all
in the
still
red
be
zone.
like, oh no, he wasn't an elite guy because he didn't crack 1,000 yards and just completely negate?
If you
like,
get 20 touchdowns, though, I'm willing to bet that you got over 1,000 yards.
For sure, Mark. If you get 23
Well, that's what-
touchdowns,
but that's
you
what
for
I'm saying,
sure
like,
got over
but
1,000
I'm
yards.
with Lou though. Like, what if he was a red zone
if-
threat, like crazy?
if you-
23 though?
23 touchdowns.
But I'm saying that's the only.
If you get
that's the
23
only way I
touchdowns,
would
you got
see-
over 1,000
All
yards.
of them are not going to be in the red. All 23 are not going to be in the red
No,
zone.
but that's what I'm saying.
For
If you
sure,
have 23
Mark.
touchdowns
For sure.
and under 1,000 yards, then you were only doing work in the red zone.
Yeah, but we've never seen
Yeah,
that before.
absolutely, Lou. Absolutely. We never seen that before, though. Anybody
No,
that
we
got
haven't.
at least
We
20
haven't.
touchdowns had 1,000 yards.
Real quick before we
For sure.
shift
If you
over to
if you at
49ers
least had 15 touchdowns, you had 1,000 yards. What you say, Shooter?
Yeah,
49ers
yeah,
camp?
no problem. Before we shift over to 49ers camp, hey Mark, Chiefs Kingdom here. Do you think Andy taking 7 wide receivers, sacrificing taking 7 to 9 O linemen instead of 10 plus, we are not taking a fullback?
Yeah, I think if Justin Ross makes the team, then I think we will carry 7, unless they cut Justin Watson, but they just gave him a 2-year deal. But it was a cheap deal, so they could get rid of him because we know the other receivers are going to be Rashee Rice, Sky, MVS. Like we know those guys are obviously making the team. Kadarius Toney as well. So, but I think it's a possibility they do carry 7 because of Justin Ross.
Yeah, feel free to throw y'all, questions in here. We're having a good time. This is a good conversation. Have you are not off the hook. I'm definitely going to make that bet, and I'm going to come up with something really, really good. And we'll cash in on that bet. You know what I mean? After week 5. You know what I mean? It's going to be a good vibe here. We're coming over to you. Have 49ers camp. Purdy, Brock Purdy,
Trey
Brock
Lance. Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a battle over there. It is it's a battle in the trenches over there. Talk to me about in the padded practices, because we gave everybody kind of our we want to run down in the reels on YouTube. Talk to me about how you've been feeling about the team so far in pads, man. You know what I mean? Trey Lance, Brock Purdy, your defense. What is it looking like?
In the pads, Trey Lance has been great the last 2 days in pads, but the media don't talk about it. The media always talk about what he does negatively, but he's been great in the pads, and he's been doing what he had to do with every situation he's been in. This is the first day he actually got to throw passes to Christian McCaffrey. Before then, Christian McCaffrey was only rocking with Brock Purdy. This is I think yesterday was the day that he finally threw a pass to Brandon Ayuk. Before that, Brandon Ayuk was only rocking with Brock Purdy. So I feel like this Trey Lance in this situation that he's been doing what he can with what he's been given. Brock Purdy, he had a bad day yesterday, but he came back stronger today. It's definitely like up and down. It's definitely a quarterback competition going on. I just feel like between the quarterback competition, they're going with Brock Purdy. It's given to me that Brock Purdy is our starter. He's going to be quarterback one going into week one. And I get it. We going off what you did for me lately. What you did for me lately, Brock Purdy won. He went on a winning streak, won 2 playoff games. So that's why they're going to go with Brock Purdy. Trey Lance, he's still an unknown. He got hurt early. You know what I mean? So they're still trying to go off of that. And I feel like the competition with Trey Lance and Sam Darnold is for quarterback two. I expect Trey Lance to win quarterback two, and then we'll go from there. The defense has been stellar. You know what I mean? Brock Purdy threw a few interceptions. Sam Darnold threw a few interceptions. You know what I mean? And I expect that. You know what I mean? It was a few sacks going on. Drake Jackson. I'm going to tell y'all about Drake Jackson right now. I told people last year, Taylor Noah Hufanga was going to make a leap year 2, and he made All-Pro. Drake Jackson is another name y'all need to look out for. I'm not saying Drake Jackson is going to make All-Pro, none of that, but he's going to make a leap where the NFL is going to be on notice about Drake Jackson. So make sure y'all look out for that name. Jake Moody, he was a kicker. I was upset when we drafted Jake Moody because I'm like, why would you take a kicker in the 3rd round? But the kid been proving me wrong. Made a 60-yard field goal, 58, 33, 48. I'm like, okay, this kid making me a believer. So it's a lot going on great in the 49ers camp. And we haven't paid Nick Bosa yet, but don't trip. That check coming. We ain't tripping.
Maybe it's coming. Y'all gonna cut the check. We know y'all gonna cut the check. Let me ask you a question here. What is the possibility of, because I mean y'all head coach said it, not us, but we know that he compares Sam Darnold to who he compare him to, Mark?
Steve Young.
Y'all really gotta be in our group chats, bro. You know, he compared him to Steve Young in the sense of he could turn his career around at some point. You know, if Steve Young did it, why not Big Sam Darnold? How do you feel about your head coach in those comments, Lou? Matter of fact, both of y'all can kind of chime in on this because, you know, y'all felt like that Kyle was trolling, and you know, Mark and I was like, you know, nah,
I felt like he was full of shit.
He meant what he said. He meant what he said.
I had people text me on the side like, why is Kyle playing mind games and he trolling right now? You just
he likes what's his name? What's his name again? The other
Sam Darnold.
He likes Sam Darnold.
No,
one
thing about Kyle.
Kyle is full of.
Oh God, go ahead, Lou.
No,
I'll let my man Lou go, and then I'll finish it off.
Kyle is full of shit. Like, ain't no way in hell he really thinks Sam Darnold can turn his career around. This man been in the league, what, 5 years? Is it 5 years now, something like that? 6?
It's been like 5.
It's something like
the
that.
Minimum 5.
He ain't turning nothing around. This man is a glorified backup at this point. Is it
like we just saw Geno Smith turn his career around.
That's what I was about to say. He only in year 5, and y'all dogging him like this, like he can't. We saw Baker Mayfield take the Browns.
Hold on. Geno went back and said,
what did Baker Mayfield look like after he left the Browns?
Yeah, and Geno went and sat behind a veteran quarterback, and they put him within that system that he was that veteran quarterback just left, and they put him in that system, and it works, and he works within that system, so therefore he has been successful. Taking no credit away from Geno, but he's been placed in a system that helps him be successful. He's working within that system. Sam Darnold is not going to be he's not a good quarterback. He wasn't a good quarterback coming out of USC. And matter of fact, he got recruited to USC as a linebacker and ended up switching to a quarterback. The man.
Yeah, what happened, Heavy? I thought it was fight on, bro.
Yeah, but it's Sam Darnold. Like, come on, Mark.
Listen, Mark.
He really supposed to be rooting for Sam Darnold for real. Mark.
First and foremost, when Sam Darnold was at USC, I knew what I was getting. I knew that. And so I'm not surprised at what I see in the NFL. I'm not surprised at all. USC is to tell you.
Why was Sam Darnold such a hype? Because he was a hype guy. Like, he was a hyped up guy.
Because it's USC.
Because it was USC.
Every quarterback that comes
the same
out of
way
USC.
Mark Sanchez was a hype, and we saw what Mark Sanchez was when he got in the NFL.
And what's his name? John David Booty. John David Booty. Him up too.
Let me tell you something. The only quarterback they came. Bro, we had one quarterback. We got 2 quarterbacks I can say that's going to come out and be successful. One was Carson Palmer. He had a solid career. And Caleb Williams. Everybody else, y'all saw Matt Leinart. He won a Heisman, and when he came in the league, he was
And they
trash.
hyped him up.
And they hyped Matt Leinart up. But I knew when Matt Leinart got in the league, he wasn't going to be that. I knew that. Like, y'all don't understand. Us USC fans, we be knowing. But
Hey Mark, I feel you, Mark. That's crazy to me.
Kyle,
Like
Kyle
that's
Shanahan,
it's
Kyle
fight. He's
Shanahan
saying fight
understands
off.
that
That's crazy.
Kyle Shanahan
Hollywood said the
understands
fight
that.
is off for real. That's crazy.
Yeah, hey,
Fight
listen,
off.
listen, Hollywood.
It's insane when it comes to Sam Darnold. Wow.
Kyle Shanahan understands that the media is paying attention to our quarterback controversy. So
Yeah.
Kyle's going to give y'all what y'all want because y'all got to make stories. They got to make headlines. So Kyle going to get what they want. Steve Young, come on, dog. Like, you, come on. But I get the point where he's trying to make this saying that, you know what I mean, you could start off bad and end up good somewhere else. Like Mark said, Geno Smith.
He's going to end up
great,
being a
that's a great comparison.
for y'all at some point this season.
He's definitely not going to be our starting quarterback.
I mean, well,
y'all are cursed at the quarterback.
To be fair, I was gonna say, to be fair, your quarterbacks get hurt a lot.
They always get hurt though.
We do, we do. So this is why Kyle Shanahan said we gonna roll with 3 quarterbacks, and I'm like, Kyle, I'm not mad at you at that because we saw what happened in the NFC Championship. So I'm cool with you rolling with 3 quarterbacks. Listen, I don't give a damn if we put Shooter, Mark, or Lou at quarterback. Long as we get that 6th trophy, I don't give a damn. I don't care who's that quarterback at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Hollywood had a question.
We'll see what's going on.
Hollywood had a question before.
I mean, she a hater.
We are going to talk Colts real quick to a small capacity because most of that stuff, and we only talk Jonathan Taylor, so I do want to talk Colts a little bit about the other stuff that's going on, Lou. But Hollywood said, do you think y'all try to trade off Trey, try to get some draft capital back if he's not QB1? I think you kind of answered it a little bit as far as like Shanahan saying that y'all gonna roll with the 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah, it won't be this year because honestly, what you gonna get for Trey? A lot of other teams don't know nothing about him. He been hurt. What can you trade for? He's an unknown. You can't trade for a quarterback that you really don't know about. So they're not going to give up draft capital for a player they really can't really ain't got no tape on. So I feel like for this year, Trey will still be there. I can't tell you about next year, but I'm still rooting for Trey because like everything is against him, and I'm going to always root for the underdog. So it won't be this year, Hollywood, that they trade.
And there's no point in trading them now, considering all the injuries you guys have had at quarterback in the past. And the draft is already over, so you're not going to be able to get nothing for it this year. So it makes no sense.
I agree with you, bro. 1,000%. It makes no sense.
Yeah, somebody said, is this Bray? Bray said the best thing Sam could be is Ryan Fitzpatrick.
And how many playoff games did Ryan Fitzpatrick play in?
Crazy though. Hold up.
How many playoff games did Ryan Fitzpatrick play in?
Was insane though. Like there's a couple of times we saw Fitzmagic was crazy.
Yeah, there's a couple times we've seen Sam Darnold play good and he's still ass. So what?
Fitzmagic only been Fitzmagic for like 3 games. And then after that, he back to Fitzpatrick.
Yeah. Shout out to the Commanders for making him a starting quarterback at one point. All right, we're heading to the Colts. Talk to me, Lou, real quick, because we got to move on to previewing week 5 and 6 of these games. And we wrapping up the show. Talk to me real quick. Anything outside of Jonathan Taylor? Talk to me about Colts.
Yeah, see, the Jonathan Taylor stuff has overshadowed a lot of stuff coming from Colts camp. So the thing is, they really like the rookies over there. They say the rookies are playing lights out. Like some of them haven't been able to practice because they're dealing with injuries already, which is our luck. But the ones that have been practicing, have been playing, they really like them. They're aggressive. They attack practice, the way you're supposed to attack practice. Josh Downs is balling. Josh Downs is gonna be nasty, man. He's gonna be nasty. He's T.Y. Hilton 2.0. But Anthony Richardson, man, the biggest thing with Anthony Richardson is they love him in Indy. Everybody in the facility loves him. His teammates love him, and they say the man's work ethic is crazy. They said right now, he even said today, like right now, he's up to like 248 pounds to like 250 pounds. His weight fluctuates between there. When he was at Florida, he was playing at 240, and so he said the biggest thing for him is that his body's still developing. I mean, he's 21 years old. So that's crazy to say that a 6'4", 250-pound quarterback, his body's still developing. But he's 21 years old, and he's still putting on muscle mass and everything. So it's just a matter of him eating healthy and eating right. But like I said, they love him over there with the Colts. He's been putting in the work on the field, off the field. Yesterday he didn't practice because he had a nose procedure to open up his nasal passages or whatever, so he could breathe better. But he was out there in practice today, the first day of full pads, and he struggled today. He was like 5 for, I want to say 12, 5 for 13, something like that today. So that kind of drove down his completion percentage for camp. But he still made some big time throws today. There was one that he made to Mo Ali Cox on the sideline that he put only where Mo could get it. And Mo had to jump up and go for it. And then he threw one to Michael Pittman on the sideline as well, where only Pittman could get it. And he's made some wild throws. So that's good to see. He's definitely fighting to get that number 1 spot come week 1. So we'll see what happens and how it all plays out. But they're not back in practice, I believe, until Thursday. And Shaq. Somebody just asked about Shaq. Bray asked about Shaq. Shaq hasn't practiced since they got into full pads, just because he's still not cleared for contact. But before that, when we were in pads, when we were just in shirts, helmets, he was practicing 100%, going through 11 on 11, 7 on 7, all individual stuff. So it's just a matter of him getting cleared for contact now, and then he should be back out there. But he's moving around very well. He says he feels better than he felt this time last year. And the back feels good. The back and the calf feel amazing. So he said he should be back out there soon, hopefully.
Real quick, Lou. First of all, I'm definitely rooting for Anthony Richardson, but I got to speak on it because you was talking about it. That pass to Alex Pierce, that thing was on, like, it was effortless. That rollout to Alex Pierce, that was what, at least at the minimum, off my top of my mind, it was at least 50 yards.
They said it was 60.
Oh, see, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That was at the minimum.
You're on mute.
Shooter.
That was a bomb. I saw that.
It was.
Yeah,
I said
that was 60.
It was look at the flick of the wrist. That was. I'm like, yo.
But I mean, we saw him doing these throws at the combine, though.
We did.
The arm talent is crazy.
It's disgusting. I said
the arm talent is crazy.
Yeah.
It's just about putting the footwork together to straighten up the accuracy. But and as long as he does that, man, like I said, I'm excited for AR, dog. Like, I wasn't this time last year because I'm like, nah, we ain't drafting AR. Because I saw what he was at Florida. But after going back and looking at some more of his tape, just looking at some of the things that he does well, and it's stuff that he does that's beyond like where he's supposed to be. The way he can look off of safety, reading through coverages. Some of the throws that he make is stuff that's beyond where he should be at this point, especially in his quarterback stage. It's beyond that. So it's like, if he can put it all together. And I don't say this to like, to troll or anything, but if AR could put everything together, he's up there. Like, he can be up there with the, battling for that top spot at the quarterback. That's only if he can put it all together. It's boom or bust with him, really.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Lou. He's gonna be your starting quarterback to me going into week 1. I Gardner Minshew, you cool, but nah. I feel like AR5 can put y'all offense on a different level, and as long as JT's back there
with him, and as long as y'all been waiting on that, Lou. I know y'all been waiting on that type of, guy that can move the way he do, and he got a cannon. And again, it's just a matter of getting him the reps and working on that accuracy.
Yeah,
like
I said,
that's easy. He know the basic. That's easy. You can learn that other stuff.
Like I said, since Andrew Luck, man, that's why I say, like, players will remember. It's been 5+ years since Andrew Luck been out the league. We still miss him. Even with AR, we still miss him. So, like, we've been waiting on this for a while because we're used to having like that status at quarterback. We drafted John Elway. He never played for us, but we drafted him. Like, we drafted Elway, we drafted Manning, we drafted Luck. So we've drafted these top tier quarterbacks. So we're used to, like, that's our standard. Like, that is our standard. So we've been waiting for a while.
Some Gio said, "Lou, stop it. The real AR is with the Jets. Respectfully, that's a bad man." But we said that though. Didn't we say that? Didn't I say that? Like, come on, bro. Like, AR 12.
Aaron Rodgers 8 is up out the door.
That's the only AR we acknowledge.
They saying that's the only baby. AR we know, man.
That's the only
AR 5, baby. Remember that.
That's the only AR we know. Listen, we're gonna be wrapping up the show soon, guys. So we want to get into the key matchups of Week 5 and Week 6. Shout out to Clement because I see him dropping some of the key matchups, and the matchups that you have are some that we already have to discuss. So we're gonna start with Week 5, and obviously, probably the biggest is going to be the Cowboys versus the 49ers. I ain't gonna say much. Talk soon.
I ain't gonna say much either. Talk
Okay.
soon.
Cool.
I will say this real quick though.
Oh yeah, he definitely got more to say.
No. I'm gonna keep it short.
Like, damn, y'all ain't gonna talk about y'all team.
I mean, Mark, I'm gonna say this real quick, Mark. If the Cowboys win, that first of all, that's their Super Bowl.
That's not.
They haven't beat us when it mattered. They haven't beat us when it mattered in 2 years. So if they beat us, I'm letting y'all know how the narrative is going to start. If they beat us, they're going to talk about, oh, if we had Tony Pollard, we would have won that game. Oh, we should have beat y'all the year before when we played y'all. Oh, the Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl because we beat the 49ers. I'm trying to tell y'all, it's going to go on that. And she's going to be one of the main people running that train.
No, you don't.
Trying to tell you.
No. You don't know my life. Let me.
For sure.
Let me explain this to you. When we win, this will simply be because the only kickback you're going to get from the Cowboys fans is, all right, we did something that we wish we could have done in the playoffs. It is what it is. We're on to Week 6, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not sweating y'all. Y'all
Cowboys fans don't roll like that.
Y'all sweat us more than we sweat y'all. We are y'all Super Bowl. We are
y'all. We sweat y'all and we beat y'all.
We are y'all Super Bowl. As long as y'all beat us, that's a successful season.
Shooter.
You know what I'm saying? It's cool.
Hold on, Shooter. You and your Cowboys content creators, y'all compare y'all to us.
Because y'all have the best
ask questions.
No.
Y'all ask questions on, did we make moves to how that we can beat the 49ers?
Because y'all have the best defense, have.
No, I mean we got the better offense too.
We're gonna do that.
We got the better offense too. We got the better offense too. Not the better defense. We got the better offense too.
Okay.
We got the better running back. We got the better receivers. We got the better tight end.
Same energy.
It's not close.
Parsons run over Trent and keep that same energy. When
I've been waiting. It's been 2 years. I've been waiting.
Michael Parsons is on that.
I've been waiting. Michael Parsons. I've been waiting. It's been 2 years. You ain't run over him since. I've been waiting.
We're gonna see it this year.
I've been waiting. I know Nick Bosa. I know Nick Bosa. I know Nick Bosa been running over Tyron Smith. I know that though. I know Nick Bosa got to pass Tyron Smith though. I know that.
We're right here in Week 6, baby.
And what happened to not saying much about the game? That's crazy.
I mean, what we going to talk about the game? What we going to talk about it?
I said what happened to not saying much.
What we going to talk about? Yeah. The last 2 times we seen them, Dak didn't look good, and Dak is the reason why they lost.
Let me tell you, but it's all good. The last 2 times,
tell your man to show up.
All that energy there and couldn't make it.
Tell
to
your
the
man to show up. Tell your man Dak to show up. He late.
You couldn't make it to the promised land. You're so focused on us, you lost.
Tell your man to show up. Tell your man to show up. Y'all paying $40 million. Y'all paying $40 million to a quarterback that can't show up when they count the most.
Well, at least we got one.
I mean, we had a 7. We got a 7 round quarterback. We got check this out. You got a $40 million quarterback. You got a $40 million quarterback. We got a 7th round quarterback, and he got as many. He got. Hold on.
Hey, what's this bet gonna be? What is this bet gonna be?
Let me say this real quick.
I'm scared of Sam Darnold more than I am for Trey Lance.
You got a $40 million quarterback. And we drafted Mr. Irrelevant. He got as many playoff wins as your $40 million quarterback. In 1 year.
That's cool.
In 1 year. How many years Dak been in the league?
There's a new play call in town.
It is? Who is it? What's his name?
It's good. It's cool. It's a new play.
What's his name? Is Mike McCarthy?
Talk soon.
Okay, say no more.
We'll talk soon. Keep that same energy. Because it's
you know I am.
Clearly, as much as Week 5 wouldn't mean to us, even though we haven't beat them,
that's your Super Bowl.
A lot to them too.
That's your Super Bowl. The same way you talk crazy to the end.
Whose Super Bowl is it really?
It's not. We beat y'all twice. It's not our Super Bowl. We beat y'all when it mattered the most. Y'all was watching us. We wasn't watching y'all.
No, it's cool. Y'all are worried. It's cool.
You know what I'm saying? The same way you talk to the NFC East is the same way we talk to y'all.
Preview of the Cowboys and 49ers. I don't know if Lou and Mark want to jump in this real quick. That's y'all Week 5 preview. You know what I'm saying? A Niners and the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying?
No, I do. I want to give my prediction. I got the Cowboys winning this game. I think the Cowboys, I think they're due for a win here. I do believe I am one of those people that I do think if Tony Pollard didn't get hurt, I think the Cowboys would have won that game. I think he just adds another dimension to their offense that they didn't have because Zeke.
That is such a hater. Do you see this man's looking?
I mean,
He
Tony
rushed
Pollard.
for 6 yards. He was 6 for 22. Rushed for. He had 6 carries for 22
Yeah,
yards.
but
he got hurt in the third quarter. What was he doing? I just watched the game the other day. He wasn't doing anything.
I just feel like he adds another dimension to their offense, bro, that they didn't have when he wasn't there. I just think they would have won. So I got the Cowboys. But yeah.
All I'm saying is, I watched the game the other day. Their offense was doing nothing. What kept them in the game? Their defense played good, and I knew their defense would play better when they saw us.
What's up, Lou?
Yeah.
Vinny, please don't come in here talking. But you this ain't what you want, Vinny.
Oh no, Vinny, she talk crazy to y'all because y'all haven't beat them in years. So she talk crazy to y'all.
I think it's going to be a defensive game just like it was last year, and this year Dak's going to have to make 1 or 2 plays to actually win the game. So I think he will. It's one of those things where don't get scared.
Don't get scared. Just keep going. Just keep going.
No, I'm going.
Don't explain.
Listen, I respect my dogs. They gonna stand on they too. I respect my dogs.
Yeah, I feel like it's time for the curse to be broken, right? Like, I understand your losses came in the playoff, and I mean, while the magnitude of those games are bigger, at this point, I think it's like, all right, it's time to rectify those demons, and I think they're going to be able to this year. And then I think y'all meet again in the playoffs, but I think that's what's going to happen.
Third straight year, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, I think y'all meet again in the playoffs.
All right,
and I'm cool with that, Lou. They can beat us in the regular season, and we just punch on them again in the playoffs and knock them out. That's cool.
There's another game on week 5. I don't know if y'all wanted to speak on that real quick. I was just at it. You know what? I think my guy put it in the comments here. What did I see? Buffalo and Jacksonville. I think that's going to be a good game. I think Buffalo and Jacksonville is going to be a good game.
That's going to be a good game.
I think I got Jacksonville actually winning that game. It's in London.
Where's the game at, Shooter?
It's in London.
Yeah, it's one of Jacksonville's back-to-back London games.
Yeah.
Give me the Bills.
Who you got, Mark?
I got the Jags.
Ooh.
I like the Jags in that game too, man. I'm just not high on the Bills this year, man. I said that in our Sports After Dark. You know what I mean? One of our spaces. I don't know if it was like the state of, but I'm just, I made the bro prediction. I don't think that the Bills even make the playoffs this year, man. I think their window is closed. Time is up. Sean McDermott is out the door after they don't make the playoffs. And I think that this is just going to be one of those games that foretell what I'm saying here. Like, I think that the Jaguars are going to win convincingly overseas and maybe they'll have a crepe after the game. I like crepes. Do y'all like crepes? Have y'all ever had a crepe?
Isn't that France?
Whatever.
I'm with my man Lou.
I guess it's London. Yeah, that's all that.
I'm with my
I don't
man
know
Lou.
London is. France is in London. I suck at geography, bro.
I think the Bills win this game. I'm with Lou on this. I like the Bills in this game. I mean, because it's pretty evenly matched. You know what I mean? You got Trevor Lawrence going against Josh Allen. Ridley is definitely going to be a baller for them this year. But you got Stephon Diggs. You know what I'm saying? And both defenses can make noise. I just think in that situation, I'm going to take the better quarterback. And I'm going with Josh Allen in that game.
See, I think T. Law is going to have a better year than Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I think so too, Mark.
Yeah.
If you got him winning MVP, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think my thing is I got to see Trevor Lawrence actually put it together, like consistently. Because we've seen it last year where he was putting things together, but it was very inconsistent.
That's true, Lou.
So I got to see him. I got to see him put it together consistently. And I don't know if he's there yet. I think he will get there at some point next year, but I don't know if he's all the way there yet. So
I just like him year 2. I just like him year 2 in the same system for the first time in his young NFL career. Doug Peterson, we know he's a good play caller, and then now you add in Calvin Ridley into the mix, who I think is one of the best route runners in the league still. I saw some clips. It looked like he's getting back to form. I know it's just training camp, but still, I think he's still going to be fine. So, yeah, man, I'm expecting a big leap in year 3 for Trevor Lawrence. I really am.
And
Yeah,
see,
me
I
too.
actually think Zay
Isn't this the
Jones.
year y'all say that this supposed to happen anywhere where they're
Yeah,
like
yeah,
together?
Yeah, by your third year,
yeah.
They're pulling it
You're supposed to
you
together.
be
supposed to be
at
taking off
Vegas.
by
Yeah.
then.
Y'all put some
Yeah.
money
But
on
I
it.
actually
Mark,
think Zay
I
Zay
did.
Jones has a better season than Calvin Ridley. It's
What?
just the
I was gonna ask y'all. Hold on, Lou.
him being familiar with Lawrence and
Hold on, Lou.
everything.
I was gonna ask y'all who y'all think the best receiver is in that division.
In the AFC South,
D Hop.
it's DeAndre Hopkins. It ain't
No,
even
are we
close.
talking about the AFC Top? Or are we talking about the AFC East?
Oh, the best
Oh, y'all,
receiver in the
y'all
AFC
talking about?
East.
Okay, no.
We're talking about the
My bad.
Jaguars.
Who do
Yeah.
y'all think is the best? Because they playing the Bills. Who y'all think is the best wide receiver in the AFC East?
Oh, Stephon Diggs.
Because you mentioned Stephon Diggs. You think it's Diggs?
Yeah, it's not even
Who else
close.
would it be?
I think
Who
it's
else would it
Tyreek.
be?
I think it's Tyreek Hill.
Diggs.
Oh, you know what? Let me take that back. It's definitely him for sure.
Nah.
It's Tyreek Hill.
Diggs
Lou
is the
said
better.
no. Lou said
Diggs
no.
is the better receiver to
You
me.
mentioned Tyreek and
Hell
you
no,
mentioned-
Lou.
you mentioned Diggs
Hell
and
no.
Diggs is the better
you
receiver
mentioned-
to me.
You mentioned
Hell
Calvin
no.
Ridley, and then you mentioned Diggs, and I'm like, dang, I wonder how. So y'all think, and outside of, obviously y'all got Stephon Diggs as the better receiver between the two. Calvin Ridley.
Between who? Calvin
Yeah,
Ridley
between Calvin Ridley.
Yeah,
But if
for sure.
if you giving me Diggs and Tyreek Hill, give me Tyreek
I'm
Over
taking
Hill.
Tyreek.
The only
Yeah,
thing,
give me
what
Tyreek.
Reek has over Diggs is speed. That's cool, but like as a receiver, I like Diggs better as a receiver than I like Tyreek Hill.
If you're talking route running, Diggs is the better route runner. But I just feel
Hands, all of that.
yeah, with all of
He
that,
just
Reek numbers be
like
better.
I said, Reek
With all
Reek
of
has
that.
the speed. Reek has the speed, and that's what speed kills. We talked about that the other day. Speed kills. So yeah, when you're running a bunch of deep routes, then of course your numbers are going to be good. Like when you're on average, your A dot and stuff is higher. Yeah, you're gonna have the most yards, but the routes that they require Stephon Diggs to run isn't a lot of the vertical stuff. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's just different. I like as a receiver, I like Diggs. As the playmaker, yeah, it's Reek, but as a receiver,
I
like
will
Diggs.
say this: Reek run all the routes too, though, Lou. Reek
No,
just
he
don't run
does.
deep posts and fly routes.
I'm not saying he doesn't, but I'm saying that's what those are his routes. Like that's what he does. But
yeah, absolutely.
I'm not saying he runs. That's all. Like I'm saying, because just like with Moss, he didn't only run deep posts and fly routes. He ran the whole route tree. But those are the things that he really excelled. Those are the things he really excelled at. But like with Diggs, for me, it's just like I told you with Ayuk and Debo. One is the better receiver, the other is the better football player.
And I'm with you on that.
That's how I look. That's how I look at things to separate. Like when I'm picking who's the better receiver is Diggs. Better football player is Reek.
Yeah. Somebody asked after Reek and Stephon, you could put Jalen Waddle there as like the third best receiver in that division. AFC East.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you could.
Nah, I don't agree with that.
Who's better than Jalen Waddle?
I'll take Garrett Wilson over him.
Hell no.
Wow, Gunnels.
No.
I don't think that's the hot take.
It's not a hot take, but I'm not taking Garrett Wilson over Jalen Waddle.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm projecting for this year too. I think Garrett Wilson is going to take a crazy. He was good last year as a rookie. He was really.
He was. And so was Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, but he has.
Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, I'm taking Garrett Wilson.
You think because he got Tyreek Hill, that kind of takes a little bit.
If you compare
he had 1,000 yards before he got Tyreek.
If you compare the rookie years were very similar, and Garrett Wilson's still the number one in New York. So I'm taking him.
Okay. All right, cool.
Jalen Waddle like that.
Let's move to week 6. Appreciate you, Clement. I ain't got to look at my phone. What y'all think? Broncos, Chiefs, obviously. Oh, God. Is that going to be on Sunday Night Football?
Probably, sure. Probably it will be. Because that's a Frank.
First of all, Frank. Out. Why do they keep putting that on Sunday Night Football? Why?
You got to understand.
It's Thursday night, actually. It's Thursday night.
Oh, it's Thursday night. But Frank Clark is going back to Kansas City, so you know that's a primetime game.
Who's going back to Kansas City?
Frank Clark. He played for the Broncos.
Oh, yeah. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I guess.
That Cowboys and Chargers is definitely going to be one, too. Kellen Moore, he's trying to get his lick. He's trying to get his lick back.
I think that's going to be good. I'm interested, obviously, in seeing Aaron Rodgers versus the Eagles against that defense.
That's going to be a good one.
I don't know where the Jets are going to stand at that point. I have a pretty good idea that, obviously the Eagles will be well over 500 by week 6. So, that's going to be interesting. Giants at Bills. Clement, you come in here every week. You come in here, drop some of these games. We're going to put it on the screen. And we just going to give our producer a little bit. Be in here every week,
That
Clement.
Giants and Bills game gonna be a good one
Because
too, though.
Dable returns back to
Yeah,
Buffalo.
facts, Lou. That's gonna be a good one too.
Oh, it's a lot of return
Yeah.
backs. This is a week of return
Hey,
backs. That's
give me the
crazy. Frank
Chiefs,
Clark,
the Chiefs, the
Kellen Moore,
Seahawks, the
Chargers.
Eagles, or not the Eagles, the Jets, the Giants, and the Cowboys.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
so
gonna be
so
good.
give
That's why I'm
me
taking to win those games.
give
Who?
me the
Okay, I got.
Chiefs.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead,
Shooter.
shooter. You can
No,
go
you
first.
good. Go
Ladies
ahead.
first. It's always ladies first. Come on now.
Give me
You
the
know how we do.
Broncos. I like the Broncos in week 6. I think this is a trap game for the Chiefs. I ain't gonna lie. What? It's a division game. I think it's a
Every
trap
game for the Chiefs, you say
You
the trap
Mark,
game.
hey, Mark,
real
did
random.
y'all, Mark, did y'all sweep the division last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. They ain't losing nobody.
Yeah, they swept the division.
They swept the division 6-0. Like what?
Was it?
They beat everybody.
All right.
Hey, you're just knocking on the door.
I don't know if Joe Burrow's going to be back by week 6. If he is,
What are you talking about? We back week 1.
Oh.
I don't know if he'd be back. Yeah, I think he'll be
brought
back.
that man off to the middle of the season. I ain't gonna lie, Mark. I'm like,
Yeah,
That's
oh,
crazy,
he's
shooter.
gonna play week
It's
1.
It's 4 to 6 weeks or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be
Okay.
back by
All
week
right,
one. He'll be
yeah.
back by then.
All right, so I got the Bengals, I got the Chiefs. We're gonna have to do our little, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to get back to our little records joint. Who won that last year?
Yeah, we gotta do our records last year. I was in
Shooter?
the mix. Yeah, Mark won last year.
Mark won that joint by like
He only won by 2 games.
at the end,
He only
bro.
won by 2
At the
games.
end, bro.
But he won though. You gotta get a winner to
Lou
win.
was like, y'all gotta give me in that joint next year. Well, next year.
Yeah,
for
I'm in the mix this year.
Yeah, we doing it this year.
I'm repeating just like the Chiefs are this year.
You're not repeating anything.
First of all, the
crazy.
Chiefs is not repeating. And
We're
not
repeating, buddy. We're repeating, buddy.
Okay, hold up. Let me do this. I got I got Chiefs. I got Bengals. That Eagles Jets is crazy. It's in New York. I'm gonna roll with the Jets for home field advantage. Giants and Bills. Week 6. I like the Bills. I'll get that to the Bills. And of course I got the Cowboys beating the Chargers for sure. I like that defense. You know, that guy Justin Herbert gonna be picking himself up off the ground a little bit. And I like Jay Herbo. Yeah, so that's what I got. Go ahead, shooter, and then I'm coming to you, Mark.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. You know what I mean, regardless of what Frank Clark trying to do is an Arrowhead, and y'all bust them in the head in Arrowhead. So that's how that's going down. I'm taking the Bengals. I don't see Cincinnati. I don't see Seattle beating the Bengals at home. I just don't see that. I'm with you, shooter. I'm taking the Jets. I like the Jets in that game. Buffalo is really good at home, so I'm taking Buffalo. And I ain't gonna lie, shooter. Kellen Moore will get his lick back. I like the Chargers in LA, in SoFi.
That don't mean nothing. That's our home. They don't have no real home field.
I'm just saying, Kellen Moore gonna be calling the plays. This is gonna be one of those games where Justin Herbert throw for over 300 yards and like 4 TDs. It's gonna be one of them type games. He's gonna show y'all that y'all shouldn't have took Brian Schottenheimer over him.
Please. Go ahead, Donald. Please.
All right, I got the Chiefs. I got Seattle. I got the Eagles, the Bills, and the Chargers.
Okay. All of this is subject to change, of course. I mean, Lou, you gave us yours already.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. Everything can change.
Yeah. That's gonna be good. I'm excited. That's gonna be a good That's gonna be a good week. That is gonna be a good week. I'm excited. I'm happy that it's gonna be like these weeks where ain't no mid on the schedule outside of I thought you said like week 3 was kind of mid, Mark. Thankfully they'll make up with these
week
games.
Week 3 was mid.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. All right, man. Listen, we got a quick announcement real quick. Having Lou, y'all kind of need to go ahead and take over real quick. We definitely want to talk about our Sports After Dark Fantasy League before we roll out for the night. Talk to us, fellas.
I'm gonna let my dog do it, and then we like CP3 and Blake Griffin. I'm gonna just take it off the glass.
Dang, Vinny already crying himself, champ.
Yeah, Vinny already thinking he the champ. But yeah, so after the show, we're gonna announce it on Twitter and everything. But Sports After Dark Fantasy League is back. It's 2 teams. I'm running the team. Heavy's running the team. $25 buy-in. and it's a 14-team league. So we got 14 teams this year. The winners from last year, they automatically got a spot. They still got to pay in, but they automatically got a spot in the league because they got to defend their crown, right? So this year's going to be a little different, though. We're not running with a defense. We're not running with kickers. We're not running with IDPs. It's all offense. We wanted to make it a little bit more competitive and a little bit more to where you had to come with a strategy. Yeah, that's right. Lou winning. You had to come with a strategy. So the way we're doing it this year, there's a limit on skill positions because there's so many teams. We don't want people just stacking up the deck and taking players away from other people and stuff like that. So 2 quarterbacks, 3 running backs, 4 receivers, and 2 tight ends. Now, the way you can set up your roster is 1 quarterback plays, 2 running backs play, 3 receivers play, 1 tight end plays, and then you have a flex spot for wide receiver, running back, tight end, and then you have 4 bench slots, and then you have 2 IR slots. So we running it this way. But like I said, we wanted to make it more competitive.
Vinny be drunk.
Wild.
Hey, Vinny,
I can't put that on screen.
On my mother, son.
Vinny ain't too confident now. He ain't too confident in winning the league now, are you?
Yeah. No funny ish on my mother, son.
Go ahead, Lou.
But yeah, so we're gonna officially put it out, after
Tonight.
the show on the Sports After Dark page. So make sure you get in contact with me and Heavy. Let us know if you want to play. Like I said, me and Heavy, we already take up a spot on each team. So we already got 2 on each league. So now, it's 12 more spots open. So first come, first serve. Don't start DMing me yet. Don't DM me yet. DM me when we put it out on the Sports After Dark page.
Don't flood my man DMs.
Yeah, don't be flooding no DMs yet.
When you
Mark,
get that,
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Shout out to Phoenix and Carlos, last year's winners.
they was our champions.
They was their championship ring. They got their winnings, and they are back this year to defend. Carlos Vikings might not win much, but he's a winner in Sports After Dark fantasy football.
That's crazy.
And Vinny,
and obviously the Falcons don't do anything as well.
It's a limit on skill players, Vinny, because it's 14 people, 14 teams.
Yeah.
So you got to limit the skill players because we're not about to allow people to just
we're not about to
up
do that
teams with a bunch of skill players.
We're not about to do that. You're not. Basically, you got to learn how to draft. So that's why we doing what we doing. And I shout out to my boy Lou, because my boy Lou been helping me out with this. You know what I'm saying, and helping it all come together. Y'all gotta learn how to draft, man. So
it's exciting. I
love competition. I love making things harder, and then you'll accept it more when you come out on top. So
and it's winner. Do
I gotta pay?
It's winner takes all.
Yeah, you gotta cut the check. You gotta cut it.
Everybody pays.
You got
winner, and it's winner takes all. So the winner gets a ring and they get the cash.
And you'll get the cash.
Yeah,
you get to flex your ring,
but I'm really
and the ring is paid for with the cash, but you get the remainder after that. Just
absolutely. So we're gonna get your ring size and all that, and we're gonna send that out to you.
Details and the fine print. Like maybe I just got a really good idea. I'm gonna talk to y'all about it off, in our group chat. But we'll make sure that we have all the details in the fine print. So listen, we appreciate y'all for tapping into Sports After Dark After Hours tonight, man. This was a really, really dope show. Appreciate y'all being in the comments. Of course, make sure that y'all have folks tap in, share the link. Make sure you share the page, have folks join the community. We're really just getting started, y'all. Like we've been kind of on ice the last 2, you know what I'm saying, spaces. But we about to get it popping, and we're gonna start like this. Are we starting this next week? Where we're doing the state of? Did we decide on that?
I think we did.
No, we didn't. I don't think we made it official yet.
Yeah, we didn't. We didn't.
I'll wait on that.
But
we're looking at it'll be something. We're gonna have a Sports After Dark After Hours where we're discussing the state of. Y'all know I like to run 2 a few weeks ago, like we did, and then we'll run a second one right before the season where we'll have 4 individuals come on camera, one representing each team in that said division. And we're gonna talk. It's not gonna be as lengthy as our Sports After Dark spaces were. was we've kind of covered stuff, but we want to talk about how you like your team after seeing them in training camp, after seeing them doing preseason games. And you know what I'm saying, we'll have, I think the time we're going to probably do it is around the time when they're going to start cutting folks. You know what I'm saying, your roster is going to be trimmed down. You have a better idea what your rosters and stuff will look like, so be on the lookout for that, because that is coming. We appreciate all the support. We appreciate y'all for tapping in. It's a lot of y'all that's saying y'all was in here for 1 hour 38 minutes 19 20 21 seconds. We appreciate y'all, man. So, any final words before we go? Y'all got anything?
Y'all been holding us down like some gorilla glue. I see y'all. Y'all see y'all. I see y'all in the comments, man. Y'all are
Yeah,
thorough.
yeah,
We rocks with y'all.
yeah.
I
Lord
ain't got too
Jesus.
much to say, but go Niners. Bang bang Niner gang. You
Yeah.
know.
Shout out Clement, man. He's a smart guy. Gunnels is about to win. You're a smart guy, bro.
Yeah.
Hey,
Psych.
you got you yeah for sure. Ha! Got him. You ain't none of that.
What up? What up, Lou?
Nah, I don't got nothing to say, man. We appreciate y'all. Y'all be holding us down, man. Like Heavy said, y'all definitely hold us down. Y'all be rocking with us, man. So
Yeah,
we
man.
appreciate y'all for sure.
We definitely appreciate y'all.
You
Y'all
said
know
you
the
gonna be
vibes, man.
conflated.
Yeah, listen, he talking about
Hey
he going.
Tristan, you gotta listen to the replay shows. Make sure you like and subscribe. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
you know what I mean. We
Oh
trying to
yeah,
do our
Tristan,
best.
that's my guy. Make sure. Oh yeah, Tristan. Now, let me tell you something before we go, and I'm gonna hurry up and end this. As soon as I say this, I gotta hurry up and end it, because it's praise to somebody I want to give praise to. If I ain't jealous about nothing else in my life, I am envious as hell of Terry McLaurin with the Washington Commanders. Y'all did not get that clip. We out.